Hey guys, this is Ed with CMC Reptiles. Want to do a follow-up video on my Uromastyx. I have a male and a female. The male is a yellow and the female is a red Saharan Uromastyx. Right now you can't see them because they are nestled in here. It's still morning, so the light went on maybe an hour and a half ago, and it takes a minute for these guys to warm up after a cool night. So I set these lights, I set the basking light 12 on, 12 off. They're on an automatic timer. Got the UVB lighting right here. So I got tile right here. The hot spot stays about 120. So it'll get about 120 degrees once this lamp heats up really nice. So it takes about 2 hours to get to that nice, perfect basking spot for these guys to thermal regulate their body temperature after a cool night. And I'm using basically just tile that I pick up at Home Depot, and I like making a couple of these nice little hiding spots for them under here. It stays a lot cooler here. And the nice thing about tile, once the heat goes off, the lights go off at night, it's a nice slow cool down. It's not all of a sudden cold when the lights go out. So this stays pretty toasty for at least an hour and a half after. So it does take a minute for these tiles to cool down after being 125 degrees right in this area. This is a much cooler area on the other side. It stays about 85, 87 degrees on the cool spot. You can see they got all kinds of hiding spots, climbing areas, and I try to give it a desert theme because that's where these animals pretty much live throughout their life, is the hottest parts of Africa, rocky areas, dry areas, dry humidity. So these guys don't need to drink water. They get pretty much all their moisture from the greens that they eat. And I just feed them mixed greens with some lentil seeds and even some pea seeds. So I use the pea pods. They love chewing on those too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this lid off just to give you a view of the lizards, because it might be a while before they come out. Just show you how they like hiding in here. Again, you get a view in there how they both been together for about 5-6 years. And these are two animals I did purchase from Underground Reptiles. They are both wild-caught Uromastyx. They are not captive bred. And the thing about having the wild-caught animals, you gotta have your enclosures on point when setting them up, because they will not survive. These guys come in pretty, I wanna say pretty ragged, because when they're caught in the wild, they're really thin. They don't eat as well in the wild as they do in captivity. These guys are spoiled in captivity. So let me take the lid off, give you a better view, and talk a little more. All right, guys, so you see right here on top there, you got the red Uromastyx, the yellow is the below. These guys actually, they love each other. I mean, they're always together. They do really well together. And I think if one of these passed, the other one probably wouldn't survive, because they get along really, really well together. So if you're ever thinking about putting two in the cage, male and female are fine. And again, these are wild caught. And once they warm up, they brighten up. Their colors, I mean, are so vibrant. These two are in shed right now, so you can see some of the skin peeling off. And the thing about lizards, their skin just kind of blows up on them. But they're doing really, really well. Again, I've had these for about 6 years, and their diet is just pretty much mixed greens, and they like seeds, lentil seeds. Like I said, I do the pea pods. And there's other types of seeds they can eat also, but once in a while I'll also feed them superworms. But that's like a treat. They don't do much on insects. Humidity has to be low. These guys do not do well in high humidity. But they need that heat. And you can see right here, they're just cuddling together, and they'll come out within an hour to warm up on their own. But I took the lid off, so I'll put it back on so these guys could chill. And they're great pets. They're easy to handle. They're fun to have. They're real personable. They got personalities. They're not too skittish. The male is actually more used to people than the female. The female still gets a little skittish once in a while. And the male is the yellow right there. You can see his yellow colors. And like I said, this heat will brighten them up. The reds will start popping on the female, and the yellows will really start popping on the male. I mean, you could see the yellow around his face there. But these guys are great animals. Again, this is a, I want to say 4 by 3 by 3 enclosure. Again, heat lamp, 120 degree hot spot, UVB. And I just got a little bit of desert blend here. It's pretty much just walnut shavings and a lot of rocks, just to mimic the desert. I like that desert theme for these guys. I want them to feel as comfortable as possible, like they would in the wild. All kinds of different nooks and crannies to hide in. That's what they love. And over here, there's a hide also. You can see right there. So they got a ton. They have tons of places where they could hide. But keep you posted on these guys. Again, this is like a 6-year update since I've gotten these guys, since I did my first video 5 or 6 years ago. And they are still doing great. The female even actually laid eggs for me about 2 years ago. She dropped 7 eggs. So they're doing great, guys. And I will keep you posted, and I'll talk to you later.